What's going on? It's a brother Jay, and I'm back again with another thought of the days. And my thought of the days is the sisterhood. Ooh wee! I thought it would be a little longer in the progress and stuff like that. You're saying since I made another prior video a year ago, but this shit is speeding up faster than I thought it would. You know what I'm saying? The sisterhood is cracking. Now, what I mean by that is this, okay? Now, the strength back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Well, when I say back in the day, I only mean like about 10 years ago. The sisterhood was the strongest it was because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of ladies are saying stuck together, you know what I'm saying, with the Me Too movement, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, all these other issues that came up, they're saying deal with other prior predators and stuff like that, which deservingly so on some of these issues. You know what I'm saying? But now they're taking L's because just like, you know what I'm saying, the alphabet letter community, they're reaching too far. You know what I'm saying? So now a lot of men turned their back on them. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, you know what, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just either use you as play objects and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and just stay single or not fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I can hire a hooker and get a job done rather than fuck with you and go on expensive dinner dates that you're trying to charge me for and all this, that, and the other, plus the nagging and you know, niggas are saying, fuck it, let me just get this fucking tweaker bitch. Gook, done deal. You know? So now these bras are fucking losing horribly. Now, I started off with the relationship part of the aspect because that's the main part that they're losing on. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the whole circumference. You know what I'm saying? That's like maybe a third of the pie. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Is the relationship part of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you talking all like you this privileged princess and you the fucking shower me with endowments and stuff like that, I feel like you're not treating me on the title. I'm entitled to be treated like a princess. And niggas are saying, no, ho. No, you're not. You're not going to be treated like a princess with your big ass fucking mouth, yapping and flapping, talking disrespectful, you know, saying, calling men names and stuff like that, saying you don't need no man and all like this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So they taking L's in that direction. Okay. Now, while in I would say the last 2 years, maybe three, there's been a lot of black ladies waking up to the fact that, you know what? You know what I'm saying? This is silly. Why am I sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, working my ass to the fucking bone and just to come home by myself? I have no husband, no kids, no nothing. That makes no sense. So they're realizing that their happiness was always supposed to be made in a family structure. You know what I'm saying? We was never born or created on this planet to exist alone. He was always created, and that's why there's the opposite sex. You're saying because that's the same way that you weigh the balance scale. You know what I'm saying? You put you know what I'm saying 5 pounds on this scale right here. I put 5 pounds right here, and we're equal. You know what I'm saying? You're saying so it was meant for men and women to coexist for balance of the children and stuff like that, and also balance for as far as your psyche, because sometimes you know that you go too far as far as how you talk, and then when someone says something logically to you, like, fucker, you was right, damn it, but I don't want to admit it to you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Again, now the second part of this pie, which I'm generally glossing over real quick, is, you know, friendship, because there's a lot of sisters that's in the sisterhood that's abandoning ship because they seeing the losses, they seeing the non-benefits and stuff like that. Yes, and they seeing that, you know, I've been chasing my career ever since, you know what I'm saying, 18 to 29, And now when you get to the near the end of the road and stuff like that, where your eggs are almost expired, now you want to get a relationship now, but she has no practice on how to deal with a man in a relationship. She has no clinical advice because most people are telling her to not think about men and focus on your career. So now that's another L. Because when she wants to get into a relationship, she don't know how to communicate with a man. She don't know how to be submissive to a man. No one never taught her that. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna suffer another L. Because you can't be. Let me just say, and forgive me for walking out the coloring book lines and saying something, saying that's a little outlandish or stuff like that. But saying, when you're a virgin, there's no way you're gonna do shit like you're a veteran. It takes time and practice for you to develop the experience, to satisfy this dude the way he wants to be satisfied. There's an art to seduction. There's an art to talking to a person. There's an art to learning how to listen, learning how to only say a few words here instead of throwing darts at a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There's an art to seduction. You know what I'm saying? From the mental and the physical part of it. There's an art to it. So you don't just jump off from virgin level or jump off from inexperienced level to fucking veteran level right away. No, that takes time, investment, and caring beyond your own needs. Okay. Let me touch on the last part of the pie, which is something I just discovered recently. Ooh. Bruh. Now, this is coming from a two-pronged conversation. The first one I heard was about maybe, I want to say 3-4 years ago, roughly, that a woman CEO and owner of the company, you know what I'm saying? No, she's the owner. She's not the CEO, but she's the owner. She said in a stadium full of ladies in the IT department, and she said, I don't even want to hire women no more. They're lazy. You know what I'm saying? They always want to take a long ass break and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They whine about privileges and stuff like that that they didn't earn or deserve. This is a woman saying this. So, you know what I'm saying? She said, truthfully, that she's keeping basically the bare minimum of ladies on the job to keep from being like legally discriminated. Like, what, you don't have no women in the workforce? We're going to charge your ass. You know what I'm saying? So even a woman, and this is a white woman at that, that's saying this. But where the sisterhood's going to fall down is because now the white women are consolidating. Because they know, you know what I'm saying, just being a woman, period, you know what I'm saying, you're going to deal with, you know what I'm saying, all these, you know what I'm saying, broads that believe they should be treated like princesses and stuff like that. So it's bad enough, you know what I'm saying, that some women that they're not hiring, but they really are not hiring many from the sisterhood. Because they know if they hire you, you might come there with that attitude of entitlement, you know what I'm saying, you're combative and stuff like that, you talk loud and stuff like that, you're animated and shit, you know, they are not hiring. So even when you come through college and got your college degrees and all like that, even a woman who owns her own company don't want to hire you because of your loud mouth and your attitude. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's half of the, the part I was just talking about. The other half is that there are male employees. Male owners of companies that don't want to hire too many women too, because that can open up, you know what I'm saying, any kind of if you walking down the hall next to this fucking bride, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you bumped against me. That's sexual harassment. He was trying to grope my arm, and are you serious? And he's usually some fucking big old giant orangutan bitch that you wouldn't touch in the first place. But she's like, oh, he wanted to touch me and hold me, and he rubbed against my boob and shit, and nigga, you know, motherfuckers be taking their whole platform way too far. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I said before in another podcast or another talk I did earlier, you know what I'm saying, which is that I was seeing this whatever, you know what I'm saying, podcast and saying there was this big old giant 350-pound broad on there, and she said she was a 10. Now, can you imagine this big old giant 350-pound broad at a job with you and saying, you sexually harassed her. You Scipio was trying to come on to her. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? If she sat in my lap, she'd probably break both my legs. And you're trying to insinuate that I'm trying to sit here and chase and harass this woman for sex? Woo! See, people be taking their worth way too far. And see, now reality is catching up with their ass. So now, you know what I'm saying? Let me bring this to a conclusion. The sisterhood is losing as far as manhood and relationships. Not only manhood relationships, but also men that would normally help a lady out like that. If they see you struggling with a box or stuff like that, they'll normally come, hey, I'll come and help you with that. Let me get that for you. Now they up there like, fuck that. That bitch is on her own, cuz. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, because you're saying, oh, you're trying to sexually harass me. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the points right there, you know what I'm saying, is that's where they're losing this as far as relationships. They're losing as far as, you know what I'm saying, friends, because some of their friends are waking up out this fucking bullshit feminism that they've been told and actually are starting to come onto more men's side. But hopefully it's not too late, because there's a lot of dudes that sit there saying, I'm cool. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, and more importantly, is that's the reason why I went to college and stuff like that, is to get a successful job. Well, there's a lot of jobs that saying, we don't want your fucking attitude. We don't want that bullshit. We don't want you, you know what I'm saying, act like you entitled and stuff like that and act like you deserve something. They're coming to the jobs with all this bullshit that they come into a relationship with. And jobs are saying, no, we don't want to hire you. Or if they do, it be some low level shit, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be a low quota number and shit like that of women that's being hired. So there's a whole bunch of ladies out there with master's degrees and all like this with no employment. So, ladies, y'all create this monster. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is going on faster than I thought. I thought it would take another, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 years. But this shit is going, can you imagine at least in the next 2 years if it's going at this pace? Oh, yeah, women going to have to learn, you know what I'm saying? You better start, you know what I'm saying, being more humble. So, that's my thought of the day, you know what I'm saying? Ladies, man, don't let whatever education you get go to your head. You're always supposed to be meant to bask in your